Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on? Welcome to episode number 13 of This and That Podcast, the only podcast that measures your afternoons in coffee spoons.
What?
It's another Crash Test Dummies reference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been on a kick lately, sorry.
All right, let's start the episode off with something very relatable, more obscure references.
More obscure references that nobody will get. Only here on This and That Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Matthew Bright.
And I am Matthew Yarbrough. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're having a splendid day. It's a little nice and getting warmer out there.
Man, it is.
Springtime weather, at least here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
It's been nice.
It has been nice. I haven't been able to go outside and really enjoy it much, though, because I got my first vaccine on Monday. Last episode, I mentioned that I was probably going to be able to get it before my birthday, and I got it 2 days after that.
Booyah.
So, but I didn't really, I didn't push, I went out for 2 runs, and I could feel that my body was like, dude, you just got a vaccine. Chill. So I've been.
Please stop. Let me process what's happening.
I've taken the last couple days to give my body some time to adjust to the vaccine. I'm feeling fine and dandy. Looking forward to getting out and enjoying this beautiful weather, though, because I know right now we're in that brief little period where it's not blazing uncomfortably hot. Because we seem to go from nice breezy little bit of this springish, summer
to the Sahara.
Very quickly. We get
Except
humidity.
it's humid here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's awful. It's awful.
Not looking forward to it.
No.
But I am looking forward to just being able to get outside, start hiking, biking, all that good stuff.
Hiking, biking.
Looking at some boys.
Triking and psyching.
Triking.
I don't know. Yeah, if we could get rad tricycles.
That would be amazing. Just roll around the south side.
I mean, I know they make them. I've seen photographs of like dudes that have like outfitted tricycles with like big fat tires and sound systems.
No, wait. You mean like the trike motorcycles, or are you talking about an actual like a bicycle?
A bicycle. Yeah.
You get a tricycle, I'll ride a unicycle.
A unicycle, eh? Mm-hmm. That's always something that I actually wanted to learn how to do.
I attempted to ride one time when I was in high school, and like I got like a few feet, and then I just bit it.
I have my cousin Justin is pretty good on a unicycle.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've never tried it myself though.
It's one of those skills that's like when you see somebody do it, you're like, wow, that's they're very talented and do that, but. I don't know how much of a transferable skill that is. Like, you can ride a unicycle now. Now you're able to ride a unicycle.
Is riding a unicycle like riding a bike? If you don't ride a unicycle every day and you go long periods, is it like getting on a bicycle again?
So you don't forget how to ride a bike.
Yeah.
You forget how to ride a unicycle though.
I don't know.
Asking the real questions.
Asking the real questions.
Podcast.
Is it like riding a unicycle?
Does Randy know?
I truly don't think I could do this.
No.
Okay.
No, he's preoccupied. How you doing, Beast?
I can bench press 405 pounds.
Nice. Welcome to episode 13, guys. Thanks for supporting us.
We're here. We're back.
Randy and Beast are with us, and we're gonna try something different today. We are going to attempt to like actually be able to watch things live while we're recording, not necessarily live, but you know what I mean.
We're taking steps into the unknown, technical unknown aspects here.
Yes.
So we're gonna hope that we're gonna try some things out, and if it works, and if it doesn't, then you probably won't be watching this. If you're watching this in a few minutes, video pops up below us that we're watching as well, and things will be going good. But if we're just I don't know, this episode could go off the rails very quickly. In which case, I got some news stories to fall back on. I don't know. All right.
Yeah, LeVar Burton apparently is going to take over Jeopardy.
Well, wait.
There's a campaign.
There's a campaign for him too, and he said that he would love to do it.
Yes.
Which I would be so about that. Reading Rainbow was one of my favorite shows.
Reading Rainbow.
Butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. Reading Rainbow. Reading
That's how I became
So he was amazing in that. I remember he was so excited every time he would get a book. He was like, in this book, You're going to use your imagination.
LeVar Burton is single-handedly responsible for my love of reading.
Seriously, he is.
Thank you, LeVar.
Thank you. He inspired a whole generation of young kids to like, just be excited about the potential of reading a book and getting lost in it and using your imagination and your mind.
I have.
Plus, he was Geordie LaForge on Star Trek: The Next Generation with the coolest visors ever. I always wanted to have a set of one of his visors like that. I always thought that would have been so cool.
Did you see what Stephen Colbert said?
No.
He showed some support for LeVar. He said, "I think LeVar Burton should host Jeopardy as Geordie LaForge, and the buzzer should be phasers, and the data should be the judge. Data should be the judge, and it should be in space and just be Star Trek."
It starts as Jeopardy, and then eventually, all of a sudden, like one time, somebody rings in the buzzer, like instead of like the Daily Double, like the Borg come like crashing through the Jeopardy screen.
I'll take for
Resistance
100.
is futile. Assimilate.
Man, yeah, I hope
a bunch of Klingons start coming in.
I hope LeVar Burton gets it, because Dr. Frickin' Oz, he's got the lowest ratings in Jeopardy history right now.
Didn't people discuss that? Isn't he like a quack?
Yeah, he's a total crack.
Quack.
I'm calling him a crack. I'm calling him a crack because
I'm calling him like a.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, he's not qualified. He's like an Oprah doctor. Him and Dr. Phil are Oprah doctors. Thanks, Oprah, for thrusting them upon us.
Dr. Phil.
They're
you need to change.
Highly Dr. Oz. One time when I was working in the NBC building at Rockefeller Center, I got onto the elevator with Dr. Oz on my way to a cigarette break. So I had my cigarette and lighter in my hand, and I was checking my phone or something. And he looked at me and he told me, "Hey, you should quit smoking," And I was like, "Oh, really? Should I?" And then awkwardly rode the elevator with him the rest of the way down. Like, dude, you. Get out of my face, Dr. Oz. I can't stand Dr. Oz. And I totally mocked him to his face.
Oh yeah, should I quit smoking, Dr. Oz? Thank you. You did that with like a eating grin?
I did. I was a total dick to Dr. Oz, but I don't think that he's a doctor. Like he yeah.
He's like remember that show from the 90s, The Pretender?
Kind of, yeah.
He's like a super genius, and he trying to escape from the government, and he can do any job, instantly. And like it starts off, there's this old lady laying in a hospital bed, and the curtains draw back. She's like, "Are you a doctor?" He goes, "I am today."
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of how Dr. Oz lucked into his career. But I don't even. Where were we going with that?
Who knows?
Who knows where we were?
Two guys with ADHD start a podcast.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't even know how we got on
Jeopardy.
Jeopardy, yeah.
LeVar Burton.
He's been guest hosting Jeopardy for the last couple episodes, and it's dipped to like a 5.2 rating share, which is the lowest even of all of the guest hosts recently. Alex Trebek's last week of shows had the highest ratings at like a 6.9 or something like that.
Yeah.
Respect to Alex Trebek, you are also
that one hit me hard.
A staple of my childhood and into my adulthood. I love Jeopardy.
So many fond memories, with my dad, my parents.
I used to watch Jeopardy at the bar when my grandma was working, waiting for her to get off work, with all of the drunk regulars screaming at the TV. I have very fond memories of Jeopardy as a kid. I genuinely do, though. It was great.
It was a fun thing, though, like we would do as a family, and then like later years too, like whenever I was coming home, like my brother and I were home from like college for the break, like him and like my parents, we would always love those were the two things we always did. We always watched the Penguins games together. We would always make sure we watched Jeopardy together.
Yeah,
it's a fun thing when you watch it with people. All of a sudden, like if you get a question right and you yell it out before anybody else, you just feel like it's like
there is a little bit of a cock of the walk feel whenever you get a Jeopardy answer.
Signature look of superiority.
That's how I became a judge.
Yeah, it's awesome. I guess since we're talking about it, I'll just go through this real quick.
Let me hear it.
The 5.2 rating is the lowest for the show since the week ending January 3rd, which was right before Alex Trebek's final week. The final episodes for the longtime host, who died in November following a battle with pancreatic cancer, hit season highs in early January. The the show pulled in a 6.6 rating across the farewell week, with his final episode on January 8th drawing 14 million viewers, more than any episode in over a year.
Wow.
So Alex Trebek is definitely beloved, and since then the show has had a rotating cast of guest hosts. Ken Jennings was the first up, and he drew a 6.2 rating in his first week, and in his second week he had a 5.9. And
I appreciate that they let Ken come back.
I was going to say,
I think that was cool.
fans of Jeopardy know Ken is like the guy, the all-time Jeopardy winner. He's won the most money, the most cash and prizes.
Yeah, he was the original who started that. Like,
he ran.
Nobody had a streak.
He had like a marathon winning streak. Definitely an exciting time to tune into Jeopardy.
It was really fun because like he became so familiar with the show. Like him and Alex would get really cheeky with each other. Sometimes.
I was actually one of the supporters early on that said that he should replace Alex Trebek.
Yeah, that's
because
what
of how rooted into the history of Jeopardy he became.
Yeah, he's part of the show's lore now and part of the show's history.
Absolutely. Him and the guy from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire who called his dad on the $1 million question to tell him he didn't need his help.
Oh,
do you remember that?
Oh, I remember that.
He saved all of his lifelines up to the $1 million question, and he said, I'm going to use a lifeline. And he called his dad, and his dad answered, and he said, Dad, I just want to let you know I'm about to win $1 million. And then he answered the question with his dad on the phone, and all hell broke loose. That was
Mic drop.
Yeah, the ultimate game show winning moment, in my opinion. I forget what his name was, but I'll put it on the screen. That guy's
I remember that.
An absolute
I remember
boss.
that. Oh yeah, he just was like, yeah, I don't need your help. I just wanted to say hi.
Just wanted to say hi and let you know that I'm going to win $1 million. The answer is C.
Yeah. Hey, Dad.
Final answer.
Hey, Dad. I'm on TV.
Hey, hi, Mom. Yeah, no, that I miss Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. When that show first came out, I was huge.
With Regis.
I was a huge fan of that show.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Millionaire. Yeah, Regis Philbin always had like that, like the, I don't want to say Vegas glitz about him, but he had like the Atlantic City glitz about him. He always kind of felt like the Atlantic City version of everything.
Yeah. Who's the crazy guy from Vegas with all the
Robert Goulet?
No.
Wayne Newton.
Wayne Newton. You're talking about. Yeah. He's the
Robert Goulet. This is your phone. It is now ringing. Robert Goulet. Stuff like that. Nature.
But yeah, no, he always seemed like the East Coast Robert Goulet. No, Wayne Newton.
Yeah, kind of.
East Coast Wayne Newton.
Yeah, man. Regis Philbin had his toes in everything, and he was always excited and jazzed. I'm coming to you live.
Hey!
Yeah, I'm Regis. I ate Kelly. Executive producer Mike Richards followed Jennings, who was then followed by Katie Couric. In Couric's second week, the show fell behind Family Feud to finish second for the first time since Trebek's last episodes.
Show me bad ratings.
Is that your final answer?
Show me potato salad.
Family Feud. Dr. Oz concluded his first run last Friday. It should be noted here that most viewers were not happy about that he got the gig at all. In the first place, there was a lot of pushback that he was even a guest host.
Yeah.
The Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers began his guest hosting run last night.
First red flag.
Yeah, how did that go?
I didn't see it last night. It's on my DVR, so I'll try to catch it this weekend. I would be really disappointed, though, and this is nothing against quarterback Aaron Rodgers, but if I was a contestant on Jeopardy and, like, I imagine anybody who's on Jeopardy has thought about being on Jeopardy for a while.
Yeah.
And what that moment would be like.
That's one of my dreams in life is to really study up on my history and to try and give it a shot
I would be really bummed out if I finally got my chance to go on Jeopardy and Aaron Rodgers was the host. Like, and like I said, nothing against Aaron Rodgers, but any NFL quarterback is the host would bum me out.
First red flag.
I obviously Alex Trebek would be the penultimate host to go on the show with, but now that that's not possible,
you would.
I would hope that it was somebody that I at least thought had the knowledge to back up the game of Jeopardy. You know, like I don't know how smart Alex Trebek was at trivia, but he made me believe that he knew the answer to every question he asked.
And that's the thing. So when you want to think that as you're at this show that like you're being, your trivia master, is a distinguished, scholarly.
And that's why I thought Ken Jennings would be a great host. He could live up to some of what Alex Trebek had in that respect. You put your trust in him as a host of Jeopardy, a trivia, a hard trivia based game show, and then LeVar Burton, they
Dude, and I can just imagine LeVar Burton has just such an amazing voice.
Yes.
Because I can just imagine him reading these questions. This game show had very many different disappointing guest hosts.
He would be.
What is Jeopardy? What is Meta?
As a little aside, also for the week ending March 28th, Judge Judy was comfortably ahead of the courtroom shows with a 4.9 rating. I didn't realize Judge Judy was still putting out. I thought that was just all syndication at this point. I didn't realize
she's still at it.
I didn't realize she was still at it.
How long has she been on the air?
At least I'm gonna guess 22 years that she has had that show.
All right, we're gonna find.
Let's find out live. Yeah, we got these capabilities now.
We have the capabilities.
First red flag.
22 minutes. 22 minutes. I was like, wait, I'm right.
I was in a hurry, so I just Googled how long Judge Judy.
How long Judge Judy?
How long Judge Judy? 22 minutes. It seems like it's been longer.
It seems like it's been longer.
It started in.
Do you know who I am?
Let's see, 96.
96. So
Holy God, the 25th season.
Jeez.
Wow, the 25th season.
Judge Judith Scheinlin.
It's funny.
Not
I
taking shit from anybody for 2.5 decades.
Ma'am, what are we doing?
The People's Court. Oh, the People's Court was first.
That's how I became a juggler.
Yeah, I was just
Back
saying,
in
I don't think she was the
93.
original Judge show, but she definitely became, I think, the most popular very quick.
I loved watching Judge
Judge Judy
Whenever
was
I
awesome.
came home from school or something, it was always on in the afternoon.
Dude, yeah.
Like 2, 3 o'clock. Just watching her
I
just
remember-
like completely like, you know what? She was like the original kind of like tear you down like Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah. Oh, God. That's a good
you know what?
analogy. Yeah.
But I guess in between her and Gordon Ramsay, there was Simon Cowell.
That's how I became
Yeah,
a
he
juggler.
ripping people apart,
He
like-
can't be ignored either. He was a grade A
That was ghastly.
ripper.
Not only should you never sing again, you should never go into public again.
I never watched American Idol for the singing. I only watched the auditions just to hear
what everybody watched
Simon
it
rip
for.
on people. Yeah,
And that's why I was that's why I tried to audition for American Idol, but I was very, very disillusioned when I realized that
they don't want-
it was just a cattle call, and it's like there was like me and 5 other people, and we got like 10 seconds to belt out a few notes.
Yeah.
And then it was just like it was in an arena. There was like 40 people singing at the same time. That first audition you see on TV with Simon and Paula and Randy Jackson.
You don't.
Randy Jackson from American Idol. You're not going to get his autograph.
When I was a guest at the Ellen DeGeneres show, like in the audience, not a guest on the show.
I was going to say,
as soon as I said that, I was like, that's not what I meant.
That's not what I meant.
When I was in the audience at the Ellen show, Randy Jackson was one of the guests on the show that day.
He seems like he'd be a cool dude.
Yeah, he seemed Randy Jackson-ish. He seemed exactly like you would expect Randy Jackson on the show anyway. So
That's going to be a no for me, dog. Nah for me, dog. No. Yeah,
he kind of became his own meme after a while.
He
too.
really did. Yeah, and then he just leaned into it.
He
though.
did, which is the only
became
way you can do that.
Well, he just became this like larger than life persona, like a caricature of himself.
Well, did you hear that the overly attached girlfriend meme?
Yeah.
She got into the NFT game recently. If you're not familiar with NFTs are like a digital artwork that is attached to the Ethereum blockchain.
I've been researching this as I've been getting more into crypto.
Yeah, same here. She is the first like meme star, so to speak, to turn her meme into an NFT. So she's now selling like 1 or 2 NFTs with her meme of like different artworks of it and making
That's how I
banking
became a
crypto.
juggler.
I saw like you know what it was? I saw on Trevor Noah did a little bit about this on the Daily Show just yesterday, and he was talking about like there was a digital collage of like called like the first 5,000 days.
Yeah, this one artist made like millions and millions and millions.
It
recently
sold for
at
like
auction.
$53 million.
Yeah, it sold at like a legit like Christie's auction or something like that.
So it's one more thing. We've been really following the crypto market
Yeah, I was just saying
here. It's
we've both,
fascinating.
We've both recently made our own separate investments into some crypto, and
we're not saying which ones.
No, this is by no means we're trying to give not legal advice, financial advice or anything.
We're the last people
Yes.
that you should ever get financial advice for.
Just simply stating the fact that behind the scenes here, we've both been pretty jazzed up about like
The potential.
and
There's the potential. I mean, Bitcoin is not a a fluke. It's not a singular phenomenon.
No, I'm personally a believer in the future of cryptocurrency, so that's why I'm comfortable personally investing into it right now. I know that there are some people that are up in the air about that. You shouldn't invest in anything you don't fully believe in.
Yeah.
So that's my only advice. We're not giving advice. We're not telling anybody what they should do.
That is not what is happening here.
You should never invest anything in your life unless you believe in it. Your time, your money, your efforts, anything.
Yeah,
unless you believe in it.
Don't listen to what some two wackos on the internet say,
No.
or somebody with a show on MSNBC says called like
No.
note that rhymes with schmad money.
Yeah, dude, that guy. I love all the memes coming out against that dude.
You should buy now.
I saw some like just a random throwaway comment on Reddit the other day. It said Jim Cramer showers with his socks on. I don't know. That made me laugh really hard for some reason.
Our rare insults.
That was a good candidate for our rare insults. Jim Cramer showers with his socks on.
First red
He looks
flag.
like he's the type of person to fully introduce himself even when he goes to a family dinner.
First red flag.
Hey, Jim Cramer, Mad Money.
To every person around the table.
Yeah.
Not to the table, to every person around the table. Hi, Jim Cramer, Mad Money. Hi, Jim Cramer, Mad Money. Nice to meet you. Hi, I'm Jim Cramer, Mad Money. Hey, you ever see my show, Mad Money? Do you know that I have a show where I talk about money constantly?
Have you heard of this?
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. This isn't the point of this dinner. The dinner is not about money. The dinner is about contacting the dead. I have a line of spirits behind me, and they're very angry.
Do you know who I am?
Sir, I'm a very expensive medium. Are you gonna pay me with all this mad money? Do you have mad money for mediums? Do you have mad medium money?
I want Jim Cramer and the Long Island medium in a room together. To have her tell her that it's like, no, I think the spirits are telling me to hold. They're telling me to hold.
Sir, I'm gonna need you to invest a little bit more, and I'm gonna need you to relax. You're getting nervous. You're a nervous investor. You're pulling out too early, sir.
You gotta quit this day trading.
How are you gonna make any money, sir? You're wasting your time.
Ma'am, what are we doing?
The medium applies to everything.
Everything. She's everywhere. She keeps coming back. I love it.
Thank you, Teresa Caputo, for existing in such a broad character.
All of this content.
My goodness gracious. Teresa Caputo. I'm gonna see. Let's see. This will be our first test.
Oh yeah, we're gonna try and play something here.
Let me see if I can find a Long Island medium clip. They won't get us copyrighted.
Renew and refresh the home.
Blah 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 blah.
Okay, that was close.
Yeah.
That was close.
I don't even know what I'm getting. I have such a headache. I'm so.
I have such a headache.
Let me get this.
Well, your hair weighs 40,000 pounds.
That can't be good for your neck.
That can't be good for your neck.
To meet Vic for dinner. How are you? Do you know who I am?
How are you? Do you know who I am? Did your mother die horribly?
Suddenly.
Suddenly.
It was horrible. It was horrible.
She literally she didn't even let the lady answer her. She said, hi, how are you? Do you know who I am?
The music for this is what really kills me though, because she said, yeah. Dun, 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 dun,
It's almost like she's
with all
like
the
sneaking around.
Yeah, with all like the pizzicato strings, like it reminds me of just like it's like establishing shots during like a low budget movie. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't stand all this reality
Or
TV.
one of
Like
those movies-
the symbol rolls in between the transitions.
One of those movies that uses music cues to dictate how the audience should be feeling instead of letting the story do that.
Yeah, like whenever
know?
something's emphasized, it's like bum bum, and then it stops.
All
like,
those horror movie
First red flag.
jump
the
scare
jump
things.
scares.
Like,
Yeah,
oh god.
It's just like this is how I.
Do you know who I am?
Oh my god.
That died, correct? Yes. Yes. I want to talk about.
Speak English.
I heard she missed my passing, and not wanting you to feel bad.
She looks way too happy. Yes, I missed her passing. I wasn't there.
upset about.
She's probably honestly like, what is this lady talking to me about?
Is this what she does? She just walks up to
That's
people.
what she does all day.
And then she says she's just like, you.
She does this all day everywhere she goes. It doesn't matter. She's getting her hair done. She's getting grocery shopping. She's getting her nails done. It's always, hi, how are you? Do you know who I am?
Oh my god, it's scary.
It's so aggressive and immediate that people are like, oh.
That's what she does. She terrifies people, and then she's afraid. She makes people afraid to say no to what she's saying. It's
Yeah,
like,
man.
You had an uncle. He died horribly.
Horribly.
And you're like, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Like, maybe it was just like, I didn't know I had an uncle that died horribly. Both of my I just saw my Uncle Dave
Both of my parents-
last holiday.
Both of my parents were only children. I don't have any uncles, sir.
Well, that's what you think.
The airport, my sister called up. She said, my mother that, but I don't attend.
Okay. It's Mom's way of saying that nothing was left unsaid, and she loves you and is so proud of you. I gotta go. I'm late to meet my daughter for dinner.
My daughter.
I'm late for my daughter for dinner.
Daughter.
Hi, Vicky. Hey, excuse me, Vic. Vic, what do you want for dinner, honey? I'm in the middle of I almost said the giant eagle. I'm in the middle of the giant eagle, and I want to know what you want for dinner. Do you want pasta? Would you like some pork and ravioli, maybe?
Give me
would you
a
like
minute.
a nice prosciutto?
Give me a minute. I need to accost this poor Colombian lady.
Excuse me, hold on, Vic. Excuse me, Vic. Hold on, Vic. Sir, excuse me, sir. She's just everything is hold on. Excuse me, sir. Hold on, sorry, Vic.
You gonna do this to the cashier?
Let's see.
Go see.
Let's go see.
Let's go see.
A little nauseous. I don't
Feel a little nauseous.
Feeling a little nauseous. I'm nauseous.
I thought she was exaggerating.
I need a pudding. You know,
Pudding.
The fat-free pudding and the
Pudding.
Jell-O. That's what I'm
The fat-free pudding in the.
I've been looking for you.
First red flag.
Oh my God,
this
she's
woman's
terrified.
horrified.
She looks horrified.
I've been looking for you.
That was sheer horror on that
That
woman's
is the
face.
look and sound of somebody right before they pull out a weapon and accost you.
Like, I've been looking for you.
you.
Ma'am, what are we doing? Like, oh my God. All I want to do is and talk to your relatives.
Get to it. Do you know who I am?
do. My name is Stacy, and I live right here in Hicksville.
You know that intuition, that gut instinct, the little Jiminy Cricket?
What is this music?
So the same way when I saw you, I've been looking for you.
It's horrible.
People?
I don't say that to people.
You just said it to somebody out loud.
I don't say that to people. I don't go around just saying these things to people.
It's like 3 seconds earlier.
Yeah.
I've been looking for you.
I've been looking for you everywhere. They ended like a master cut of I've been looking for you.
I've been
looking for.
It's you.
You said to me, you go, I've been looking for you.
I've been waiting. I knew I was going to meet you. See?
See?
I have had the vibe and the intuition for the last, let's say, 5 years.
Okay, this lady wants to believe.
I'm going to run into Teresa.
This lady wants to believe. So whatever Teresa says to her, just for the fact that Teresa appeared to her and this lady wanted to see her, she's automatically buying into whatever Teresa says.
Prophecy.
She's like, "Excuse me, ma'am? Ma'am, have you been looking for me? Ma'am, have you been looking for me? I feel like you've been looking for me."
Ma'am, have you been looking for Minute Maid?
She's like, "No,
it's right around here."
The lady's like, "No, I was actually looking for orange juice, but I guess since you're here, yeah, what's up? What's going on with you?"
The pulp?
That's how I would
oranges?
If
They died suddenly.
If she came up to me and is like, "Sir, excuse me, do you know who I am?" I'd be like, no, but what's up?" Just like totally like, you're about to ask me for money or something like that.
Hi, ma'am. Sorry, I'm not interested. I'm already registered to vote.
Yeah. I'm not interested. Already registered. I already donate to the ASPCA. I don't care.
Not call the ASPCA.
I don't care about animals, ma'am.
Named me. And when I walked in today, she looked at me and said, "I found you. Oh my God, you're here." So just like I had envisioned.
You're a loony bird too.
Today that had all these errands to do, and I was just gonna
All these errands to do.
Errands to do.
And I am exhausted.
Exhausted? I am exhausted.
I'm freezing. No, you're not. Oh, you're warm. You're actually warm.
Let me siphon your energy.
Yeah, right?
Just so you know, Rod, I didn't bring the word up. Tell them what you said.
menopausal thing. It's been some adventure,
Okay,
Teresa.
they want to kill me because this is all I talk about. So now,
The spirits are telling me that you're middle-aged and you're probably going to be going through something called menopause. Have you ever heard of that? Is that a spirit thing? I think it's a spirit thing.
The spirits are telling me your uterus, it's kaput.
Ma'am, your uterus is about to fall out. Ma'am, your uterus died horribly.
Horribly.
And ma'am, your uterus died suddenly. One day, did you just wake up and you weren't able to have kids anymore? Poof, menopause. Menopause. Spirits, the realm of the unknown, the spirit realm, the menopausal spirit realm. You know, spirits of the menopause. We pause, we listen to the spirits. Sometimes they're men. You know, we get answers from the spirit realm. They guide us. Spirit guides.
First red flag.
I love channeling. I'm channeling Teresa now.
You're channeling Teresa.
I'm channeling Teresa now.
Let's see what she has to say about their...
my new thing, menopause. Men need to take a pause,
Dude,
swimming, and
Permanently.
I'm channeling Teresa.
listen. I'm going through menopause. It's going to affect everyone and anything in my life.
Whether they're ready for it or not.
Do you know who I am? If you don't like it, there's the door.
I kicked my dog. It was his fault. He
kicked-
should have known that I was on menopause. That dog is a boy. He is, as far as I'm concerned, he's a man. He needs to take a pause.
I kicked my dog right in the face. He wouldn't stop begging for table food. I told my husband Vic, no, my daughter Vic. I told my daughter Vic, you don't give them table scraps because they're gonna ask every time you have food. Every time. And you know what that dog does? He asks. And you know what I do? I just kick him. I kick him right with my foot, right in his stupid face.
I ran out of vanilla ice cream and struck my wife.
That's how I became a juggler.
I have diabetes.
Feel better when I channel. So I have this pressure in this chest, but almost like this pain, and then they snap their fingers at me, which is my symbol for that they died.
Dramatic
suddenly.
music.
And then after I say goodbye.
It's getting sad now.
Or someone like a mother to you.
Mom.
Okay.
Someone like a mother
How do you
to
connect with the mother that's departed, the mother figure? Well, I am a 65-year-old woman myself, so it would be very strange if my mother was personally alive. So I guess it's my dead mother that you're referencing. It's like you find somebody also over the hill, no disrespect to this woman, but you find somebody later that's later in life, and then you ask them about, who is this mother figure that's coming to me? Chances are that person's mother is no longer with us, Who is this father figure?
Do you know who
is your
I am?
father?
Well, no, not your father. Someone like your father.
Somebody,
your
I said,
neighbor.
I said a
That's
father
right. That's what I
figure.
meant.
I said a father figure. It could be anybody that's a man over the age of 10.
Anywhere in the vicinity of Earth.
If you don't like it, there's the door.
Maybe Andromeda.
Was in a very tragic drowning accident.
Oh, God.
Approximately.
That is horrible.
Losing mom at the time I did.
Dude, her mom looks like my grandma as a young person.
That's weird.
I was just
Looks like my grandmother's an old person.
She died a few days before my wedding.
Oh,
Missed out
damn.
on the grandchildren and the birth.
See, this is where those shows get you. They get these people to open up about horrible things,
Starts at around
and then this lady in a freaking lion's mane comes in and just starts preying on them.
And I'm going to be there for you.
How nice.
You hear that? I just lied to your face. How cool is that? I just lied to you.
Do you know who I am? Well, but that would be her, right?
Yes. My relationship with my mom
Yeah, she looks like my Guck Rose.
did in such
that's crazy.
a way more than a typical mother-daughter relationship. I miss my mom horribly, intensely. Every day I think about her.
First red flag.
Man.
So there's something about your mom, how strong she is. How do you connect with the month of January? I saw Jan, so I don't know if that's a name or...
My middle name.
Shut up! Like, she goes like this.
How do you connect with the month of January? It might not be a month. It might be a name. I will give her that. If this is not somehow predetermined, it is weird that she got this lady's middle name.
Yeah.
I don't know how she would do that.
Right.
But it still seems like she's doing that fishing thing where they do like, how do you connect with the month of January?
What if it was like, oh, Feb, maybe it's something of like Deb.
Yeah, something. Like if it wasn't her middle name, it would have been. Was your mother born in January? Was your aunt born or something? Like she would have just kept fishing for.
But her name was Hope, and January is about the new year, and it's about hope. See, there's always a way
man.
Always a way to. There's 100 degrees of connection.
I guess that's what qualifies you to be a TV medium. Is you just have to be able to work that.
A TV-dium.
A TV-dium. You just have to be able to work that quickly on your feet.
Do you know who I am?
And not have a conscience.
January, because it's a name, and I'm like, Jan.
That's an awful sound.
Come, are you hungry? Like now she's gonna cook me.
Let me take a very stereotypical Italian mother trait and just throw it out here into the wind and see if it hits me in the face.
Oh, that was her.
Did your mother like to cook by chance? Did your mother ever cook? Did your first generational Italian mother like to cook by chance? Did she talk with her hands? Excuse me, ma'am. Did
she have a bowl?
Did your mother ever use a stove? Excuse me, ma'am. Did your
mother ever wear shoes?
Excuse me, ma'am. Did your mother know what a kitchen was? Excuse me, ma'am. Did your mother ever cook anything in a kitchen? Ma'am, did your mother ever eat food?
Did your mother ever breathe?
Ma'am, was your mother human?
Porch. You need something to drink. Sounds like my mom.
Sounds like my mom.
Sounds like everyone's mom.
My brother got the big stew pot
that you wanted.
that I still want. Giving me goosebumps again.
But what a beautiful thing for your mom to validate.
She's got them crazy eyes, man.
But what a beautiful thing for your mother to validate. You want those cooking pots, and she let your son take them after death. So, she sounds like kind of a troublemaker, if you ask me. She sounds like she's trying to start up a big rivalry between your brother and you.
She just, I want to imagine it's like some of these like weird like off the wall. She's like was it Nancy Grace?
Nancy Grace,
just, like, take wild accusations and just start throwing them at the wall.
And coincidentally, Nancy Grace also had the similar hairstyle.
That's true, yeah.
And like
just
the whole vibe,
big like boom in your face.
She had that whole vibe going on. Nancy Grace has TV medium vibe.
No, seriously, it was just. I wonder if like some of these interactions, like she makes these wild off the wall accusations, and then like all of a sudden after the show ends, like somebody's like calling their brother-in-law, like it's like she told me that you never liked my dress I wore at my first communion.
Seriously, I could see like literally some of these things
starting deep rifts and
starting like actual issues. Yeah.
Really have no monetary value.
And also just you validating that she is aware of the stew pot situation.
Exactly. That validates that they're at peace and normal.
Ma'am, I just want you to know that when we pass on from this earth, in this world, we still care about stupid things from it. Our spirits don't let go of anything. Your mother is still concerned about those soup pots, but she's validating them. And how beautiful is that?
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, that's what that whole sentiment was a little.
God.
Yeah. Okay. Let's.
That they are okay.
Teresa brought up the stew pot, and that like really
the stew pots.
Because I've been thinking about the stew pot for 30 years with very fond melancholy.
You've been thinking about a stew pot for 30 years, lady? Just ask your brother for it. How much stew is your brother making that he needs this pot on hand 24/7? Is it
like the only stew pot he has and he runs a stew business? Then I can understand you're taking his livelihood. That's fair.
Did your mother cast that stew pot herself?
She worked in metallurgy.
How much stew do you want to make, lady?
Kind of memories.
I've been looking for you.
I've never seen somebody that cracks themselves up so much.
It's kind of scary. Like she reminds me of like somebody that you'd like meet. Like
I think that's kind of like her cymbal crash in the middle of transitions. If I just laugh like a lunatic, it'll mask any leap of faith that I'm about to take with the next thing I say or something. Maybe.
It's something about it. It disarms people or something like that.
It's alarming to some others.
Yeah, well, you saw this woman who was afterwards completely enthralled by the whole experience.
I've been looking for you.
She's got closure about her mother's stew pots now. I mean, she's just going to be a more complete
She's now
woman.
putting a hit out on her brother to collect said stew pots.
And when she first saw him, she was terrified.
She was.
Like, I've been looking for you. Oh God, what's about to happen?
Yeah, what is about to happen?
God, it's the IRS.
You have been served. Southside Medium, you have been served. You have been served.
Jan.
Do you know who I am?
Jan Simmons.
What is your name? What is your name? You said Jan? Jan is the middle name? You have been served in the frozen food aisle.
Your mother made me say that first. Yes. Hilarious. Yes.
Your mother made me say that.
So that I finally.
Oh my goodness. I'm feeling very grateful that this happened today. Honestly, I'm very overwhelmed and in shock. And this happening today really just validates
Man.
belief in mystery.
They're all about validation, but it's all just grasping at straws, None of it should actually.
The part of it that really upsets is
Rosie
the fact
O'Donnell
that
gets a. Rosie O'Donnell gets a reading
the thing
from
that
Teresa.
upsets me about this is that it's on TLC, which I guess at one point used to mean the Learning Channel.
It did at one time.
Yeah. About that.
I was just saying I'm not gonna on the Learning Channel too hard because I do love their cringe content sometimes. there have been shows on TLC in the past that I've watched it specifically for the cringe value.
Oh yeah, well, sure, and I'm glad you got a lot of entertainment out of that. But at the same time,
TLC is very exploitative of people.
They died suddenly.
Like I'm learning today about mediums.
TLC's only export is exploitation.
Crippling depression.
She's not here? How about the children? The children here? Because I'd like to speak to them about their possible psychic abilities and a spin-off.
Rosie.
The most Long Island-y reading ever.
Oh yeah, Rosie has the Long Island accent too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Is this too much?
This
I don't know if
this is overload.
I'm meeting up with freaking Rosie O'Donnell, people.
Frickin' Rosie O'Donnell. Okay, let's.
Me and her pressing. Rosie O'Donnell is here.
I just.
Teresa Caputo.
Caputo. She doesn't even say her name right. Excuse me, Teresa. Is your last name Computo?
Computo.
How do you say your last name, Teresa?
She's computing all of these spirits. I just want you to make a sound drop of her going, Rosie O'Donnell!
Where was it at?
Very excited. I felt like I was seeing an old high school friend. Like, oh my God, we're gonna go see Teresa Caputo.
Rosie O'Donnell is here.
Rosie O'Donnell is here. Rosie O'Donnell is here. That's the most excited anyone's ever been to see Rosie O'Donnell.
Why were we just talking about Rosie recently? Oh yeah, Tarzan.
Oh yeah. She did the voice of the one
Tarzan's buddy.
buddy. Yeah, that's right.
The one who trashed the camp, and they did the whole zabba-dab, zabba-dab,
Behind the scenes, that was actually Rosie O'Donnell just taking a. Rosie, your mic is on.
Hot mic. Hot mic'd again.
It's a hot mic in here.
Man, what are we doing? Pretty good. Wow, that one was like a koosh.
They're coming out of me like koosh balls. They're rocketing into the toilet like koosh balls.
Oh, God.
I used to like Rosie O'Donnell's talk show, man. I'm not going to lie.
I loved that when I was a kid, too. She would always
She was kind of bizarre.
And shoot the,
yeah, she was kind of
wild
bizarre.
and wacky, and I always loved that. It really appealed to me, especially as a kid.
Do you remember the movie where she was a dominatrix?
What?
There was a movie where Rosie O'Donnell was a dominatrix.
What?
Let's IMDb this real quick. Or maybe Google.
I don't believe you.
Yes. I remember watching it one time.
You're typing
I
Google
typed
into the
Google into Google.
search
This
bar.
is why we need a third person here.
Yeah, I know.
Because clearly I have a one-track mind. What am I? Rosie O'Donnell.
Zabba-dab, 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 zabba-zooba-da-doo-da. Wap, wap,
I can't
wap, wap, wap.
Rosie O'Donnell Dominatrix.
Google doesn't want you to put those
Google
words
does
together.
Not want
Google
that.
doesn't want
Exit to Eden, 1994.
What the
That's
heck?
all. That's we're not going to show any trailers or anything, but
Let me just see the movie poster.
Rosie O'Donnell is here.
Ma'am, what are we doing?
Marvelously funny. Two cops are going undercover.
Yeah, look at her. I remember seeing this movie at a friend's house, like there was some New Year's Eve party going on, and we were upstairs, and this movie was on TV, and one of the parents walking in, and there's a scene where Rosie O'Donnell is kind of standing like that in this picture with a whip, and she's like cracking this whip with
Is that Dan Aykroyd?
Yes, it looks like Dan Aykroyd.
Oh my God.
Yes, Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, I love both of them.
Maybe we'll have to watch Exit to Eden.
I think we're gonna have to watch Exit to Eden.
Give a review of it.
Give our review.
Because look at her here.
Oh my.
I don't think any of this is explicit content. Right?
I don't believe so.
But either way, I don't want to look at it anymore.
I mean, they show. YouTube still shows Jake Paul's face.
Yeah, that's yeah. That's Rosie O'Donnell is here.
Spirits! I'm with Teresa Caputo and Jeannie Weenie. Please show up.
Please show up. Please show up. Jeannie Weenie.
I was just feeling very, very...
Rosie O'Donnell kind of has that smoker's voice, even though I don't think she's a smoker. She sounds like she smoked for 40 years.
She gets that graspy. I said raspy and growl, but I said graspy. Like when she yells, like, a few things turn me on, dudes. There are a few things that turn me on, dudes.
Yes, if you're still with us, thank you.
First red
But coming up later, if you've noticed in the last couple episodes, we've been adding some sound drops that we find funny, that I find funny.
And somewhat excessive.
That's how I became a juggalette. I'm gonna beat that joke. I'm gonna beat
Matt
that.
learned how to put in drops.
I did, and I'm gonna beat him to death. Eventually, we'll be able to just do them live, so they won't be as
a la Stern.
Yeah, I guess they won't be in there quite.
That's how I became a juggalette.
I see. That's exactly why they're in there so much, because I love a lot of the podcasts that I listen to, and on Stern in particular, they beat sound drops into the ground until they're absolutely not funny anymore. They're annoying, but then they become funny again.
And then it comes back. Wait, what was the thing where they're in the car and there's only one song? And they're on the CD, and they're like, and it's like, oh man, this is such a great song. And then all of a sudden they're sitting there and just like, oh man, this is the worst song ever. It's like, don't worry, it comes around again. What do you mean? It's like 10 minutes later, life is a highway.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Oh, I think it was How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, I was thinking of the Office one. Do you do that?
I almost broke my chair again.
Every episode.
Well, because I'm like spastic, and I'm like, what's the thing called when people with ADD, stemming. I need a fidget. I need to get a fidget spinner up in here.
Say no more, fam. I got you. Really? I have a fidget spinner downstairs. I have a spidget spinner downstairs that I don't use that you can have before you leave today.
Hooray!
Because I bought a fidget spinner and then I got a cube that has like buttons and little things that you can spin on it. I find it much more satisfying.
Like, I had to put my Rubik's cube off of the desk here because like whenever I see it, I want to start doing it. And I'd be over here and be like, Matt.
No, the little cube thing is pretty awesome because it has like six sides, so there's 6 different things to preoccupy your fidgetiness.
Interesting.
But I'll give you that fidget spinner. Remind me before you leave today.
Next week I'm just gonna I'm gonna start fidgeting. I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, Matt. Hang on. Pull out like a bop it.
Yeah, bop it.
Bop
Dude,
it.
that would be awesome. We should absolutely. If you have a bop it, we should have a.
We can pass a bop it.
We should have a bop it tournament because I used to be awesome at bop it.
My buddy Andrew, we used to go on these like church retreats all the time, and that was the thing. Like, we would do it for long enough. All of a sudden, all the parents would start to be like, "Hey, why don't you guys play that in the other room? You'll have a lot more fun over there. We promise."
Bop it was awesome. I love Bop It.
Remember Bop It? And then there was Bop It Extreme.
Yes.
There were like
I never had a Bop It Extreme myself, but I got to play with friends once. But I had an original Bop It, and man, was I good at it.
We always joked whenever that came out that would be the perfect thing to get for a little kid for a couple that you hate.
Yes. That or like a drum set. Like,
a drum set.
You get them something obnoxious
have
to
a
annoy
recorder.
their parents.
Here, little Johnny, have a slide whistle.
Yeah, man. So yeah, in a little bit here, we're gonna have a little bit of a know your sound drop thing where we got them from. So we're gonna play some videos here of where I picked up some of the sound drops that you've been hearing in the last few episodes.
One of them in particular is gonna need that NSFW tag on it.
For which
our friend who rolls on the ground.
Okay, yeah, that one.
A little explicit warning content on that, but it's so funny.
I was gonna say it's no more explicit than my language has been earlier in this episode.
That's true.
I said a couple episodes back, I'm gonna try and watch my language, and then
and then immediately after that,
this episode, I'm like, it's real easy to edit it out.
it's like Dennis and that. That's right. You don't watch Always Sunny, but he's sitting there listening to this like tape of somebody being an idiot, and he's just eating a bowl of cereal in the car. And he goes, "You dumb."
Yeah.
Like hypocrite.
Yeah, man. I just kind of want to see a little bit more of what she has to say to Rosie.
First red flag.
And then
They're telling him to sit down. They don't want.
Is Rosie crying already?
Wow.
I want to talk about the mom that's departed. She told me for a long time now.
Always with the moms.
Gone for some time.
Since 73.
Teresa Caputo, my mother died in 1973. It was the year of my mother's death.
I was gonna say, what are you reaching for?
My name is Rosie O'Donnell. My wit has decreased some. I'm not as witty when I'm Rosie O'Donnell.
And also departed as well? Yeah, just recently.
I think that's because I actually have respect for Rosie O'Donnell. So anytime that I'm actually like we really want to some of the very outwardly cushy things are easy to make fun of in like a fun way, but it's part of me feels bad about it actually like I don't either.
Did you ever see the episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm she was on with Larry?
Yeah.
She's been on a couple actually.
Yeah, I was just saying, man.
It's the one where he gets the dog. And like she told me he somehow got like a racist dog.
Rosie O'Donnell, she's a fantastic stand-up comic back in the 80s and maybe into the early 90s. I'm a fan of her. So my favorite Rosie O'Donnell movie role of all time is Harriet the Spy.
I don't know if I ever saw that.
Oh, with Michelle Trachtenberg, who I had a crush on as a little kid because her and I
you
are
have a
like
crush on everybody.
I did, man. I had a lot of crushes.
You've been smooching with everybody. Billy Bob,
Al,
Gene,
Leo,
Al, Cliff, Little Mo with the gimpy leg.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
Michelle Trachtenberg played Harriet the Spy, and that movie was just awesome. It made me want to be a spy, and it made me journal for a while. Harriet the Spy keeps a journal in that movie, and it made me keep I still have a huge affinity for those like black and white squaggly notebooks, like the standard journal notebooks. Composition notebooks is what they're called.
Yeah.
I probably have 7 boxes full of composition notebooks that I've kept over the years since I was 11, 12 years old. Maybe I started actually keeping a daily, somewhat daily now, but back then it was daily. I have like 7 boxes of journals I've been carrying back and forth with me anytime I've moved.
Yeah, back to New York.
Eventually I'm gonna read through all of them once and then burn them or something because I can't keep carrying it around. And it's just like the thoughts of like 14-year-old Matthew, and it's like none of this is really of value to me anymore. And I don't personally find it like nifty to think like I wasn't that deep of a kid.
I have a lot of stuff probably from the last like 10 years. I'd say it wasn't until I really got into college that I saw the value of once I started getting into I started exploring more, getting into philosophy and really started thinking outside the box and whatnot. I started writing down stuff and I'll find, except I'm nowhere near as organized as you.
Do you know
I'll just
who
have
I am?
scraps of I'll have in a drawer in my room. I'll have a scrap of sticky notes with
I still have inside all of those journals and still in the journals and notebooks that I keep today. I have scraps of paper and notes. And because if I'm somewhere, I don't carry my journal with me everywhere I go now, like I used to pre-COVID. So now if I'm somewhere that I don't have my notebook, I'll just grab whatever the closest thing to me to write down whatever idea or a little line or whatever it is.
A napkin.
So then, I do. I have folders and everything shoved in. It's a lot to go through and a lot to think about, but someday I'm going to have to just tackle it and either get rid of it or figure out a better way to store it all.
I like the idea.
Scan them all to a digital file or something.
You could do that. I also like the idea of like you reading through them all once and then like burning them in a big like.
That's kind of been my
ceremonial pyre.
That's been the long-term, like my long-term thought process. Is eventually I'll just read through them and have one big bonfire.
It's a way of burning through like the old effigies of your past self.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, I like the symbolism
get all
of
deep with it. The symbolism. The symbolism is the what you're looking for.
Because I'm like, who's hiding in the back? They're telling him to sit down. They don't want him reading.
Oh my God, that
If you ever want to lie to people,
it looked like her mouth was just gonna keep opening, and she was gonna like sound like God when she opens her mouth at the end of Dogma. It's like, oh, and everybody's heads explode.
Apparently, if you just want to lie to people's face, all you gotta do is laugh like a lunatic
and like make your eyes all wide.
First red flag.
It's apps that he's hiding.
He is doing his best to come through, but I do feel a shyness to your father.
Yes.
Because when he sits there, he pulls the hat over his eyes. When Spirit does that, that's my symbol for
I know.
they were shy or they had a hard time expressing emotion. What separation?
Why did that was a really dramatic music.
That was
turn.
really dramatic.
I expected Rosie to break out in tears right there.
Ma'am, what are we doing?
Him crying. Yeah. And I said to him, why are you crying? And he said, I just wish I was able to be there for my daughter when she really needed me. He looks at me and he's like,
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, I'm done with you, Teresa, for now.
Yeah.
Let's get into this. I want to watch this.
So Matt said he had a bunch of funny drops from wrestling. We both talked about how growing up we both love to watch wrestling, WWE, WWF, NWO.
I'm looking forward to WrestleMania this
ICP.
weekend. ICP. Whoop whoop. Juggalos. Shout out to the Juggalos. That's how I became a Juggalette.
That's how I became
So
a
Matt told me he had
juggler.
all these funny clips of wrestlers, and I was just like, okay. And it's like, why is it funny? It's just like, oh, just watch, you'll see.
You'll see. So this is where some of our sound drops have come from.
And just watch.
Oh man, it's beautiful.
I'm coming for you, boy. I'm coming hard.
I guess we should set it up a little bit. It is
Ma'am, what are we
wrestlers
doing?
saying things
Trying to sound tough and intimidating, and really just sounding like
very
they won.
homoerotic.
Extraordinarily homoerotic.
I don't care. You come in my face, I'm gonna fight you.
You could tell that girl was trying not to laugh.
Yeah, I
at that one.
know.
Like,
That's the best part is the people who are interviewing them being like, what the hell did he
the
just
girl
say?
that was standing next to him, her face, you could see it on her face
She's
at
like,
the end. She had like a little smirk on her
okay.
face.
And then we talking about this guy with the shears.
Look at this chick's face.
Now look at this.
Dude.
This is incredible. What a packing.
Damn it, I ruined it. What a package.
What a package.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake was from an era in wrestling when everyone was so over the top characters, like just walking around with like hedge clippers, just like ready to like threaten to cut people's heads off. And
What was it? Jake the Snake. He would come out
Jake
with
the
a
Snake.
giant like boa constrictor.
But Jake the Snake actually, he made that gimmick work for him, and he made that actually like scary at times.
Somebody said that his pre-routine is he would literally just like smoke a cigarette, put the cigarette out, just pick up the snake and walk out. Other guys were like pumping themselves up and just like, nope.
Probably. If you don't know much about Jake the Snake, you should
He wanted to go to Flavor Country instead.
you should do some research on him. He's had an incredible resurgence in healthy lifestyle and stuff in the last couple
good for
years.
him.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Speaking of, there he is.
Oh,
After I beat you and satisfy all the Hulkamaniacs, I'm gonna get off by cranking your knob just a little beyond the breaking point.
my Hulk.
What did, like, first, he started that sentence by alluding to the fact that he had just got done servicing the entire arena full of people. Like,
what are we doing?
once I'm done satisfying all the Hulkamaniacs, I'm coming for you, brother. My hands will be chapped. My mouth will be sore.
No!
My throat will be sore, but I'm coming to jerk your knob, bro. Like, that's such a, you can tell that these guys were not trained in improv.
No.
Like, their ability
part.
to talk on the fly like that and,
not
be tough at
realize
the same time.
The potential double entendre.
Oh my goodness.
But now that we get to enjoy in retrospect.
It's amazing.
To fight inch for inch to get this, and I'm not about to lay down on my back and let someone cover me.
I thank you very much.
Mean Gene Okerlund can't even keep it together.
That guy.
And fucking Vince McMahon, that's the owner of WWF. Like, if Vince McMahon breaks...
Is that
like,
before it started? He started walking like this.
Oh, yeah,
with his
this
arms
is-
when he comes into the ring.
This might even be before he took over the company from his dad. He might still just be working for his dad here, but if Vince
Working for
McMahon
daddy.
breaks, if Vince McMahon breaks in a little bit like that, it's pretty good. I wonder if that actually went out live on the air like that, or if
the guy I interviewed, he would literally just lost a little.
I mean, seriously, how could you not?
I have to apologize ahead of time because I'm gonna stretch his ass like it's never been stretched before.
What is happening?
Man, what are we doing?
What's happening right
He's got
now?
him in a double wrist lock or double.
I tell you what. When I get my hands on you, I'm gonna eat your ass like a pot of collard greens.
Shawn Michaels.
This is the one. This is the one that sticks out to me, where you're like, okay, yeah, he did not know what he was gonna say until it came out of his mouth, and it didn't go the way he planned.
You can hide behind that commissioner's stuff just so long until I jerk a knot in your ass.
You can tell, like, right there, his face right there. He's like, shit, what did I say?
No, what did I just?
What did I just say? He immediately, as soon as it came out of his mouth, he was like,
That sounds tough. Does it sound hard?
I just said I'm gonna jerk a knot into his ass. What does that mean?
Well, he might still be intimidated.
He might be. He might be.
And Sting, always coming from behind. As far as Bischoff goes, I'm gonna eat his ass.
He's handling the Big Johnson. I started out fighting in this barn when I was
Oh my God, look at this dude.
First red flag.
My last fight is in this barn. Jimmy Butler touched me in a personal way you never touched me before.
Like my uncle.
You touched me in a personal way that you never touched me before. He's like
red flag.
stuttering over his own words.
That guy looked like he could be like the stranger cousin to Dewey Cox's dad, training with a machete.
He looks like a farrier. He looks like some guy that should just be like making horseshoes for a living. Like applying horseshoes. Cleaning abscesses out of hooves.
Ew.
Dude, I go down farrier rabbit holes on YouTube. That's fascinating to watch those people work.
What word are you saying?
Farrier. Farrier. A farrier is somebody who works on horses. Like
I was not familiar with that term. You have educated me today, sir.
A farrier. Go down that rabbit hole. It's fascinating. It's so satisfying to watch them dig dirt out of the hooves and then take this long shot. No, it is. Because you know for a fact it doesn't hurt the horse at all.
Okay.
It's not bloody. It's not. Sometimes it can be.
They're probably helping the horse, right?
Sometimes it can be, yes. And most times they're just trimming. The hooves grow too much, and that's what causes pain to the horse. So they're taking these knives. It's like trimming our nails.
Okay.
The horse's hooves are essentially a nail for them. The center of it is very
Like a calcium
sensitive.
deposit?
Yes, the center of it is very sensitive. So if they nick that or cut that, the horse will feel that. But the rest of it, it's like getting their nails cut, and it feels very good for them.
Oh, okay.
So knowing
getting a nice buff.
knowing that going in after. Actually, you know what? Sorry, wrestlers. This is exactly what we were. The whole point of this is being able to, like, if we're talking about something.
I want to pull it up.
Yeah, I want to pull it up.
See it
and instead of trying to explain it, I want to.
We're just going to show it.
Yes. So, like, yeah, let's see if this is a good one. This is a farrier. A farrier cleaning. Like, oh man, it's so satisfying to me. When I was out in Utah last summer, I somehow, there's a lot of horses just walking around the streets out in Utah.
Down the street?
Out in Salt Lake City, right in the neighborhoods, man. There's just a ton of horses, people riding horses. So
I mean, I believe it. Big wide open spaces and everything.
Yeah. So I got on a rabbit hole one night of watching people clean the horses things out. So it's so satisfying to, like,
You find the most fascinating things on the internet in the middle of the night, you know?
yeah, like watch him dig all the dirt out of there. It sounds satisfying. I love that scraping sound. The ASMR for this is satisfying to me. And then see the white stuff, that's like the nail stuff, and they start cutting out the overgrowth nail stuff.
How is it?
And it basically just chips out. That's a very sharp tool that he's just like scraping.
Yeah, I can see it. That's an interesting looking tool. The way that like the handle fits into his hand, like
because
that.
it also serves to pull the nails out of the horseshoes that they hammer in there. Oh, it's so satisfying. Are you not satisfied by this?
It reminds me of that satisfying feeling of like seeing somebody. If you see somebody pull out a big splinter, it's like a feeling of relief.
Yeah, I get that. I watch a lot of pimple popping videos and stuff like that. Dr. Pimple Poppers.
I've seen those
my
before.
jam, dog.
I've seen those before.
I love Dr. Pimple Popper, but like this is a pretty close second for me. Oh yeah, pull it. Break that growth off. Break that growth
Wait,
off.
how is the horse standing that it's...
He has...
Oh, wait, it's its back leg and it's going like this.
Yes, it's his back leg bent up. And sometimes this guy looks like he's literally just... The horse is helping him out by keeping it up, and he's using his knees to keep it up. But some of these guys, some of these farriers have these neat little stands that clip right onto the front of the hoof, and it keeps it in there nice and securely. So
and the horse, and the horse, I'm sure understands what's happening.
100%. Yeah,
horses are very, very intelligent.
I've watched probably a couple hundred videos of people doing this, and it always seems like the horses either enjoy it or don't mind it at the very least.
Like it's like, yeah, I'm getting a nice hoof scrape today.
Yeah,
it's like going to the spa.
It's gotta feel good. It's gotta feel great to be able to like. I imagine it would feel like you're walking on. Like for a human, it would feel like we're walking on like if we had gravel constantly stuck to our feet or something, you know?
Yeah.
And you got to go get the gravel removed so you feel like you got like a good footing again.
You ever had a wart on your foot?
Not on my foot, but I had one right in the middle of my palm. You can still see the scar from getting it removed.
Oh wow! Well,
right
they
there.
freeze it off.
Yeah, but I was picking at it for years before I actually had it taken care of. So I think that's the reason why I have such a big scar there.
Mm-hmm. He's got a different tool now.
Yeah, man. Let's see if this one goes as far as to hammer in a new shoe. Oh yeah, this part's real satisfying. They legit just like take a big sander.
And he's like smoothing it out and everything.
Yeah, so
look at all the clippings in the file leavings.
What's even funnier is like the big chunks of white stuff that they pull out of the hoof.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs apparently love that.
Oh.
There's one guy that uploads videos every single day almost.
Dogs eat poop.
His dog runs up constantly and grabs the big, like, I almost want to just call it like cartilage or whatever it is, or like calcium.
I guess it's calcium deposits.
They love to just like, the dog will just start gnawing on it, going to town.
Ugh.
It's so,
that grosses me out, but I mean, like, I guess I understand.
I wonder if this is...
go away, ad. We don't want you right now.
Yeah, I hate ads. I wonder if this is one... I want you to see them hammering in the horseshoe. Because that was always something I used to think would hurt them, but they don't take any care to do it, man. They just bang that son of a bitch right into the foot. It's impressive. I give this guy he's got to have some strong leg muscles to be able to hold a horse's leg up like that for so long.
Yeah. What is it? Your adductors? Your abductors?
Here he is taking the nails out. That's how far up into the hoof the nails go from the shoe.
Really?
That he's able to pry them out from there.
Horse hoofs are pretty fascinating, I gotta say.
Yes, they are, sir. Yes, they are. And then they just...
I've been telling you this, man.
And then they just grab it and they just yank the rest of them out. Like I said, no care taken at all. Just aggressive. And then the fun cleaning. Oh, look at it. Look at him clean it.
This is like, have you ever watched power washing?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Our power washing is one of my favorite subreddits.
You get like this like horribly dirty looking like sidewalk or a patio.
I actually bought a small power washer so I could have my own fun. I love power washing.
I'll never forget when my dad got one whenever I was little.
I want to try this. I want to find somebody that would let me try this.
Like clean their horses' hooves?
Yeah. It's one of those things where I feel like I've watched enough videos that I'm an expert now.
Actually, my friend Regina actually teaches people how to ride horses.
I don't want to ride horses. I have no interest in riding horses.
But I presume that she might be. She's the only closest horse person I know. My other friend Jess lives out in Columbus.
Yeah, I don't want to ride them, but if she could facilitate me...
You wouldn't want to ride a horse?
No, yes, I would want to ride. Okay. I've ridden horses, I guess. I've already done that in my life. I would specifically want to be put in touch with somebody that would let me do this. Maybe not the whole thing, but let me try it once. or at least be there to watch them do it. And like, I really feel like this is something that I could do.
You have increasingly curious aspirations in life, my friend.
I do, man. Oh, what is he doing? He just burned.
Did he cauterize it? Look, it's hot.
Oh yeah, I guess he heated it up so he could shape it to the horse's foot more precisely. This is probably such a lost job. Like, I wonder how many farriers exist.
What a skill set, you
Seriously.
know?
He's probably like a blacksmith.
Look at the way he's handling that with the tongs and the hammer and everything, you know?
I imagine this guy probably does some smithing skills. That made the horse neigh a little bit. Did you hear that?
I did. He gave a little...
Smelling burning horsehair. Yeah, that probably doesn't smell great. How freaking cool would it be though to like be a blacksmith?
Well, that's the thing. Anytime I watch anything like Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, one of my favorite parts is when they're walking through like there's like a smith,
the shop, yeah, like
you know,
the
and like you see somebody like like hammer using the forge, hammering the steel.
Did you ever watch the show Forged in Fire? That's an awesome show, and I think
they show actually how they make.
Yes, it's a competition show where they actually make knives and blades and all kind of awesome weapons. Within a 45 minute to an hour thing, and I watched a bunch of that when I was in Utah with my friend too. That might actually be how I got onto the farrier thing with horseshoes, potentially. I don't know.
Wow.
It's weird how my brain works sometimes, and how one thing leads to another with almost little to any.
Oh, so like he's like shaping it
perfectly to the horse's foot. Now he's just gonna pound this sucker. Look how big those nails are.
Seriously. Would not want to swing a hammer in that direction close to something that I'm holding in between my legs.
Nope. Even a small hammer like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, look at that. It's amazing. The horse doesn't feel that at all.
That's insane.
At least he's not. If he is feeling it, he's not showing it. You know.
Uh-huh.
So all of that must just be like some type of like fingernail-esque material, cartilage.
Like he like the horse obviously like senses it, but it's not causing it any pain whatsoever.
Sure. I imagine it would be like if we grew our fingernails out long enough to be able to like punch a hole through it or something.
Uh-huh.
You wouldn't feel the hole necessarily going through the nail, but you would feel the
same thing when you clip your fingernails. You're literally hacking a piece of it off, you know.
That's exactly. A good way to. I wasn't even thinking about that simple of a thing. You can sense that you're cutting your nail, but it doesn't physically hurt.
Yeah.
Unless you cut it too short or something, you know?
He's just hammering those suckers in there.
Yeah, these guys don't care. See, but then it's over here in the corner, you see the abscess in repair. Those are some of the videos that I've started to go down the hole on. We're like watching them like clean out the abscess and push all the pus and blood out of it.
Let's not go there today.
No, I don't want to go there today. I don't want to put that on our channel and get. I don't know if they're able to like get claimed for that or like or somebody could report that for gross content. I don't want to do that. But
no,
this is fascinating stuff.
That is fascinating. What you said, like a lost art? Because you think about it, at one point in time, you know, there were every single community depended upon having people who had this skill set.
Yep, I can't imagine that unless you want to farm or have horses or something like that, that it's a skill that you're very concerned about.
You're just enthusiastic about, like, you know, the medieval arts.
Yeah, the medieval arts. Back to wrestlers. That was the thing about Jake the Snake Roberts is he's talked about this in interviews. Or he was always great at ring psychology.
Yeah.
He could make you feel uneasy as a viewer, and one of the ways he did it is he's staring directly into the camera, never breaking eye contact, never blinking, speaking very low and controlled. And
he just seems like he's like, yeah, this is a crazy man. He's gonna do a crazy thing.
You believe it.
Succeeded. He was successful in just using his mouth to get the man off. I'm going to take care of business the way it should be done.
I love this guy.
I've been too nice. Perhaps I've been trying to be a real sports gentleman.
His brain shut down so quick.
I want you. It's not Uncle Sam talking to you. It's not Garvin. I want you, and I'm going to get you.
Oh.
I'm gonna have you. I'm gonna get to touch your body. I'm not just making promises. I'm telling something that is gonna be done. Something that's gonna happen in the future. As bones do heals. I got a memory, like an elephant.
Bones do heals. Bones do heals.
It's like somebody somewhere is just watching this who's just like, someone take that mic away from his mouth, make his mouth stop making words.
But I got the memory of an elephant.
Do you?
And I can do it like an elephant.
The Rock just jerked Helmsley off.
Even when I was a little teeny Hulkster, there were a few things that turned me on, dudes. Fine-tuned guitars and firm-feeling women.
Boop.
But in the twilight of Hulk Hogan's career, my kids turned me on.
Hulk Hogan is not good at on-the-cuff things like that, man. Most of the funniest ones in here are Hulk Hogan.
They really are.
There are a few things that turn me on, dudes. That is one of my favorite sound drops that we have so far. Is there's a few things that turn me on, dudes. My kids turn me on.
And tired of playing around.
Who has the most ridiculous hair in this picture?
I don't know.
Does Lex Luger? Does Hulk Hogan? Or in a second, does Sting? Oh, you can't really see Sting.
Listen up. There are a lot of sports writers and sports editors flapping their yaps.
Turns out this guy was high on meth and the entire time he was like...
You're kidding.
The LOD, this guy, the Legion of Doom, this was...
oh my God, I remember them.
The Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, man, they were a legit badass tag team. And apparently, like, their attitude in the ring they were that way outside the ring, too. Like, this angry and aggressive and, like, roided up all the time.
With their face paint, they looked like they were the ICP of the WCW.
Right? Seriously, they kind of had, like, that feel to them for, like, albeit a lot more aggressive and badass.
Yeah.
They Hawk and Animal. This guy John Laurinaitis that's yelling. He's no longer with us. And I believe actually maybe the other gentleman has passed away more recently.
Mongo.
He's been gone for a lot longer. Hawk and Animal. That's Hawk.
Is that Carlos Santana in the background?
It looks like somebody in the witness protection program that has a job that doesn't allow them to be in the witness protection program. It looks like one of those like glasses, nose, mustache things that people wear. Like,
the whole as the one piece.
Looks like he's hiding out from somebody on like, I'll just hide in plain sight.
There's one part of our bodies that's soft, and it ain't soft all the time. You can't find me in Ric Flair. New York City, Ric Flair.
We definitely have soft wieners. Not all the time.
Not all the time.
Not all the time, but
not when I take this little blue pill.
We've got soft wieners and we're angry
about it.
You're gonna find out what hard is all about. Because from the time I get in the ring with you, Guppy, it's gonna...
See, this guy legitimately sounds tough to me. Even though he's kind of ridiculous,
yeah,
he sounds kind of tough to me, you know what I mean?
Oh my
Guppy! He probably used to like berate people at the bar like that after like 4 shots of Jameson and like a stripper turned him down or something. You got a problem? Guppy!
Breaking a glass bottle on the bar.
Serve me! Yeah. So dude, the Dark Side of the Ring on the Vice channel is a very interesting show that goes behind the scenes of all the dark side of some of these wrestlers and some of the stories you hear.
The seedy underbelly.
Yeah, man.
Need a cold off.
Woo!
You, brother, I found you to be not so bad at all.
Ric Flair, what a classic.
Anybody. And Tully Blanchard, you can't run and hide from me.
What is it about like old wrestling interviews like this where they look like they were just like getting some guy in a warehouse somewhere?
I know,
and they're like, hey, dude, do you want to have a feud with somebody? And it's like, yeah, here, cameras, lights, action. Here's an awkward microphone. And they're just like, action. And then the guy's like, I have a problem with you. I'm mad at you and I'm gonna beat your butt. I don't mind the fact that I'm standing in a USPS postal sorting center. I'm not a mailman by day. You know, it's like,
this is not my P.O. box number behind me.
These guys,
please stop sending me tomatoes.
These guys always seem like they caught them at the wrong time for an interview.
What's that mic they gave him? It looks like Bob Barker's
It really
old
does.
mic.
It looks like some kind of Bob Barker-esque like 90s freaking 80s, 70s.
This time, there's gonna be no mistaking what's gonna happen.
There's no mustache in what's gonna happen.
Mustaching.
There's not gonna be no mustache in what's happening in Philly.
Nobody's ever come come on you before. No baby doll at your side. Nobody to run distraction for you. Just you and I getting it on like two men should do. This isn't some game. This is where men are men and the boys stay on the side and watch what's going on.
They come back to this one again.
That's the part that gets me. The
Oh my God.
oh man, that makes it look like Hulk Hogan freaking blows it.
That was a journey.
Yeah, man.
That was a real journey right there.
And we got what a journey that took us to farriers, and
Nobody had ever predicted that we were going to go from sounding wrestlers to cleaning out.
But hopefully we have videos to support all of this for our viewers after the fact, because this episode,
that's the funny thing about guys.
That's the funny thing about guys. I guess there's no better time than the present to get to this dude.
Yeah, we got to close out strong today.
This is my favorite guy in the entire history of the internet, I think, at this point. He reminds me, his attitude and his presence reminds me of my old roommate Colin from Brooklyn. Shout out to you. His voice kind of sounds like it as well. This guy has more style than Colin did. Sorry, Colin. But man, if you haven't seen this guy, let's get right to this dude.
Buckle up.
2 days after Thanksgiving, and this girl from Tinder hit me up and she's like, come over. And of course I did. So, sitting there.
And of course I did.
Of course I did.
And of course I did.
Obviously,
that is.
I'm gonna go hook up with a stranger.
This minute and some change clip, not even a minute, I don't think.
It's not even a minute long.
It's not even a minute long, has birthed at least 8 sound drops for me. Just from this clip. And the first one is, of course I did. And of course I did.
I remember she sits me down on this oversized beanbag that she had. First red flag.
First red flag.
First red flag.
It's like, hey, what's up? Okay, so mind you, dude, like I said, I was like a day or two after Thanksgiving.
First of all, this guy doesn't put me in the mind of somebody that would actually pay attention to red flags.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like he seems like he would be looking for red flags and automatically gravitate towards them.
Yeah, he's the flag hunter.
Yeah, he is the red flag hunter.
That's like the red flags are like green flags to him. I don't know. He's got like
any Foxy Shazam fans out there? He is the red flag diver. There's Foxy Shazam? There's a band called Foxy Shazam that has a song called Red Cape Diver. Red Cape Diver, that's a really great song, but he is the red flag diver. It's a joke that only I will get. It's
obscure
coming to me
references coming at ya.
I'm eating Thanksgiving leftovers, and I'm having Thanksgiving leftover farts. It's bad.
It's bad.
I'm laying on the beanbag. She starts topping me up.
Oh,
you don't say.
Okay, this is normal. This is cool. I start pushing on her head. Come on, baby. Let's go deeper.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's a little aggressive, guy. You're coming off a little.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. That's aggressive. Women don't like that. You shouldn't do that. Your grandmother's here with me. Your mother is here with me. They're very horrified at your behavior. They're horrified.
And she goes like this. Takes my hands. Bah, bah. She goes, that's the funny thing about guys. They always think they're in control. Throws my legs. I mean, I'm telling you like this. She was
Look at him. Gets down on the ground.
Ma'am, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
You ass, bro, just going to town on that. And I didn't shower.
I'm
telling you, that was probably the kinkiest experience I ever had. Anyways, dog, I gotta go.
I love that. Is my favorite part of the whole video. Anyways, dog, I gotta go.
This is clearly a man who has important business to attend to.
I almost know exactly
clearly
how.
The demeanor of a
I
man.
know the events that led up to this interaction between him and the guy interviewing him.
Oh,
this guy here is out with his other hipstery friends.
Cohort.
They're drinking. They're bar hopping. It looks like to be somewhere maybe New Orleansy, somewhere with a hip bar scene. That looks like a row of bars.
Yeah.
His friends and him walk by this guy and a cameraman, and this guy's drunk enough to be like, oh, I'm perfect for being on camera, and he starts talking to this guy. His friends want no part of it. They keep walking, so they're not here, and this guy's like, what's the kinkiest thing you've ever done? This guy starts going at it, goes 0 to 100 very quickly, and then realizes that his friends are
left his ass 3 blocks
they're getting their IDs checked at the next bar already. He's like, oh, anyways, dog, I gotta go, and just completely no follow-up questions are asked.
That's pretty plausible.
It's I know that's what happened.
After Thanksgiving, and this.
I know that's what happened.
Of course I did.
Of course I did.
She sits me down on this oversized beanbag.
Beanbag.
First red flag.
First red flag.
Then she was like, hey, what's up? So mind you, dude, like I said, I was like a day or two after Thanksgiving. So I'm eating Thanksgiving.
The interviewer's just like,
I'm having Thanksgiving leftover
Okay.
farts
Yeah.
and everything. And it's bad.
I got you.
So I get to her house. I'm laying on the beanbag. She starts topping me up.
Topping me.
That's
up.
that's a foreign phrase to me too.
I've never. I mean, from context, we're gleaning and understanding what he's saying.
Yes, I get what he's saying, but I had never heard it. I've never heard it referred to in that manner before.
I've only heard I only know of the word top used that way from a Post Malone song.
Okay. Well, that would be, I mean, maybe.
Didn't know she was your girl when she gave me top.
Okay.
And that's how I became a juggler.
I'm not familiar with any of Post Malone's songs, but that's
like one random line that I just happen to know from one of them.
Probably one of the things that is pushing that phraseology into our lexicon.
Come on, baby.
Come on, baby.
And she goes like this. Takes my hands. Bah,
bah, bah.
And she goes, that's the funny thing about guys. They always think they're in control.
He looks like a pirate.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get a good.
She was like.
Yeah, he has like the little curly Q in the front. He's got the long mullet. He's got the long feathery earrings. I like his shirt though. Honestly, I would wear that.
It's not a bad shirt.
I would rock that shirt hard.
Anyways, dog, I gotta go.
I gotta go. Thank you, Tinder Farts guy, for the many months of laughs that he's given me, because I listen to those drops on my phone all the time just when I need a pick-me-up.
Joey was the first person to ever show that to me.
Really?
That and the other one, my favorite one.
I could see him and Joey being related.
Wait. Have you ever seen the Friend Sandwich?
Friend Sandwich? No.
It's equally short clip. Look up Friend Sandwich for me, please.
Is there any music in it that's going to get us?
No, there shouldn't be.
Okay.
There we go. Friend Sandwich.
Let's see what Friend Sandwich.
First one. Yeah, not even a minute. Okay.
Booking a trip.
No!
I hate you. Advertisements. I hope that
we can show them to people someday, though.
Yes.
Oh, here we go. This is sandwich.
Seymour. Yo. I made you a sandwich.
Joey showed me this too.
You made me a sandwich?
I think Joey showed me this.
Yeah. You made me a sandwich. Yeah, it's right out here. It's ready to go.
Like, come on, dude. Like, what?
I see. Yeah, come on, look.
This feels like a TikTok before TikTok was a thing.
Yeah.
Like playing both parts at once.
Yeah.
You made that for me? Yeah, that's for you. Can I take a bite? Take a bite, man. That's delicious, dog. I love you, dude. That's for you, man. I love you, man. I love you.
I didn't like that.
You didn't like it?
No.
It's just so stupid.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the guy. He was. I mean, that like
the guy with the black hat, the black hat side with the. It reminded me of like. He gave me like a Skinny Pete vibe from like Breaking Bad.
Kind of, yeah. I appreciate that he seemed like he was a little ahead of his game doing the playing both parts. And it seemed like a lot of the trends on TikTok now do that. So I appreciate it, but I don't find it funny. I don't find it funny. So
Okay.
But that's
wait, cueing the Larry David.
After Thanksgiving.
That puts us right at about an hour and 26 minutes right now,
Beautiful.
Matthew. So I guess
This has been a fun one. Hey,
this has been a fun one, and I
you're
hope
still with us. Thank you guys. Our experiments worked.
I hope our experiment works, and I hope that we have video to go along with this, and you can hear audio from it. Whether I don't know how we're gonna manage, but it's gonna be interesting because if this works, this really is the way we want the show to go in the future. This has been our vision from the beginning, being able to talk about whatever we want and have the ability to look it up.
Here
and
it is.
Show you guys as we're looking it up and viewing it at the same time.
Like, check it out. Here's what we're talking about.
We don't want to just
now.
awkwardly talk news into your faces, you know what I mean? So we want to be able to talk about news, but also have the ability to like keep as current as with, you know, as we're filming the episode.
We want to talk about other stuff. We want to talk about a little bit of this.
I was just saying, we got off on farriers today. We got to show some cool farrier stuff. Maybe somebody out there will learn about farriers now.
Maybe, and then somebody will go in and become an equestrian of sorts.
Yes, an equestrian, a farrier, maybe even a blacksmith.
Or a haberdasher.
A haberdasher would be cool. There's a store here in Pittsburgh. I'm going to give it a shout out here in Allentown. It's been around for a couple years now. I grew up with the owners. Here in the area, it's called Dr. Trembletti's something or another. They sell.
Nice shout out.
I know, right? Actually, let me just pull it up.
It's called I don't know, Dr. Something's place. Yeah, they're good.
Dr. Trembletti's. A time-inspired specialty shop. The real Dr. Trembletti was once thought to be Jack the Ripper. So these guys here in Allentown, they opened up a shop, and right now they're trying to raise funds to open up a distillery next door to it.
Dr. Trembletti's Elixirs?
Yes.
It's like an old-timey shop.
Dude, they sell hats, all kinds of trinkets and
speakeasy and distillery.
Yes. We are a time-inspired specialty shop and the official retail shop for Inspired by Spirits Distilling Company. We are now featuring our own Inspired by Spirits branded merchandise, tonics and trinkets, hats and fragrance, grooming and cosmetics, local artisans, novels and novelties, oils and elixirs, cures and curiosities, vintage goods and gifts.
I love curiosities.
Dude, it's an awesome shop.
Remember we were talking about going into the New Age shops?
Yes.
I love seeing stuff like that.
I've been into the shop. It's literally right down the street from me.
It is?
Yeah, it's right down in Allentown.
No, and I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Yep, it's awesome shop. They sell all kind of stuff, and right now, like I said, they're fundraising. They're trying to locally fund a distillery, so there's on their website you can go to if you're interested.
Owned and operated by fifth-generation neighborhood natives.
Yep.
Really just true spirit of Pittsburgh.
Jesse Mater is this guy right here with the hat on.
Okay.
He went to Bishop. Him and his two sisters all went to Bishop Leonard, which is the Catholic school I grew up with. So he's a couple years older than me, but I grew up in the same grade with his youngest sister. And they still live in the area. They grew up in my neighborhood. Ooh. So I'm rooting for them to do really good.
Maybe we can go there and see maybe they have some nice beard balms.
I'm sure they have all that kind of stuff for you. But you said haberdashery. They sell very, very nice quality hats there. And I've been meaning to get back in there to look and see about buying a hat.
That looks like such a cool place. Let's go and let's ask them if they don't mind if we take a little footage of the inside of the shop. I mean, it'd be free advertising for him.
If either, I would feel weird being like, hey, I know you, because I don't really know him. You know what I mean? He's older than me, so I'm more friends with his sister, so I don't want to just go in there and be like, hey, I know you, but I'm sure if
you also don't want to just lead off with, hey, I know your sister.
I'm pretty but I'm pretty sure his sister works there as well. So if there's ever a time that she's in there, I could even just reach out to her, I guess,
just reach out,
just be like, hey,
it'd be a fun thing.
Yeah, we got a little show that we want to feature your thing in, and talk to Jesse a little bit. So I don't know. Yeah,
that'd be fun.
We're right at an hour and a half, guys. Thank you for tuning into episode 13. Our show's a teenager now.
Look out. Gonna get temperamental.
Might try some new things. Yeah, man. Experimenting. We're experimenting in our teenage years, guys. So thank you very much. My name is Matthew Bright.
And I'm Matthew Yarbrough. Thank you for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next week.
Later.
Man, what are we doing? That's how I became a juggalette.
Do you know who I am? They died suddenly.